This episode of FineScale Modeler's new product rundown features Kitty Hawk's Su-27 flanker, Takom's M60, IBG's Scammels, and some Top Gun fun.
New product rundown brought to you by Hobby Zone USA, your source for hobby storage solutions, hard-to-find hobby tools, and aftermarket modeling needs.
Welcome to the new product rundown, FineScale Modeler's monthly video series detailing the latest kits. I'm Elizabeth Nash.
And I'm Aaron Skinner. We have a show crammed with stuff, so let's jump right in with Kitty Hawk's 1/48 scale Sukhoi Su-27.
This all-new toolkit represents the Su-27 SM variant of the Russian fighter.
But be careful, the instructions have the part number for the IR sensor in front of the cockpit incorrect. Comparing the illustration to the parts makes it clear that you need part 4. While the kit has sensors for the S and SM, the single windshield provided will only fit the offset sensor of the SM. Overall, the well-molded clear parts look good, with just a fine mold seam to remove on the canopy and windshield. Also provided are the IR sensor lens, landing lights, and HUD glass.
With the little quibble out of the way, what you have is a box of good-looking plastic, including the lower and upper fuselage halves. Surface detail includes extremely fine recessed panel lines and rivets.
The same detail marks the upper and lower wing halves, as well as the one-piece stabilators and vertical fins. The rudder hinge detail is especially nice, and cutouts allow for different antenna setups to be fitted, although only one option is called for here. The separate trailing edge and leading edge flaps are designed to be posed drooped.
Other features include full intakes inside the well-molded tunnels with posable FOD screens. They lead to engines with front fans and rear afterburner assemblies and one-piece exhaust nozzles. There are also detailed nose and main wheel wells, sharp landing gear legs and wheels with detailed doors, a late-style stinger tail with posable drag chute container, detailed cannon, and under the nose radome, a multi-part radar unit.
The cockpit comprises a tub with molded floor and console details, rear bulkhead, ejection seat, rudder pedals, control stick, instrument panel, and shroud.
A photo etch metal fret supplies the seat harness, chaff and flare dispensers, and sensors.
The trees with the weapons are extensive, but the kit calls for just the air-to-air missiles, including 2 types of R-27 Alamo, R-73 Archer, R-77 Adder, and R-60 Aphid.
In addition to stencils and weapon markings, the kit decals provide options for 5 flankers, 4 Russian and 1 Chinese.
Kitty Hawk's Su-27 looks good in the box with nice moldings, detail, and some really nice build options.
At the same time, the model maker has also released the 2-seat Su-27 UV conversion trainer and the Su-30 MK 2-seat multi-role fighter. Next, Takom revisits a kit it first released in 2018, the 1/35th scale M60A1, this time backdated to the 1970s without the ERA provided in the initial kit.
As you'd expect, this one shares a lot of parts with that first kit, including the one-piece lower hull with casting texture, suspension attachments, weld seams, and hatches, and the upper hull with more cast texture, handles, and engine vents, as well as stowage boxes that straddle the turret.
Also carrying over are the road wheel arms, drive sprockets, final drive housing, vinyl tracks, shocks, hinges, hatches, exhaust vents, and brush guards, and the turret with the commander's cupola, slide molded main gun with mantlet dust cover, grab handles, and bustle basket, along with plenty of smaller details.
New are the road wheels, which appear to be the cast aluminum type with reinforcing ridges. Here, the outer lip of the rims are separate. There are also new return rollers.
New fenders are also included, as well as air cleaners, driver's hatch, and a multi-part searchlight with a clear lens.
A fret of photo etch brass gives the mesh for the bustle basket and the bolts for the mantlet dust cover.
Decals and color diagrams provide markings for 3 M60s, 2 in U.S. Army service in West Germany in 1976 in variations of the Murdoch camouflage, and 1 in Iranian service during the early days of the Iran-Iraq War.
Another nice-looking M60 from Takom. It'll be interesting to see which version comes next.
Sticking with armor, but going smaller, let's take a look at IBG's 1/72nd scale Scammell Pioneers.
The company has produced a trio of kits of the British vehicle from World War II.
We start with the R100 artillery tractor, which was used to haul medium and heavy guns.
This is the first time, to my knowledge, that these kits have been kitted in plastic in this scale.
In the box, it's pretty, with detailed chassis rails, with various cross members, and the front and rear suspension, with the central differential, all mounted on beautifully molded tires.
Up front, under a hood with separate sides, is a decent engine behind a radiator. Elsewhere on the chassis are a big fuel tank with the central winch and pulleys and rollers for towing.
The cab has a floor, front with windscreen frame, sides detailed outside and in, back wall, seats, and a steering wheel.
For the bed, there's a floor, sides, tailgate, and roof. Seat backs, rifles, and the overhead lift finish it.
Experience with photo etched metal will be essential, as the fret provides essential parts including seat frames, stowage racks, fan, ladders, suspension parts, tools, and more. The windows are supplied as thin clear plastic to be cut out.
The small decal sheet and color diagrams give markings for 3 R100 tractors, one in France in 1940, one in France in September 1944, and the third in Italy in December 1943.
IBG's second Pioneer is the SV2S Heavy Recovery Tractor.
Most of the parts for the basic truck are shared with the R100 with 2 different parts trees.
Part of the differences are up front with the distinctive counterweights and their rack that goes forward of the radiator. There are also slightly different frame rails.
Beyond that, most of the differences are behind the cab, starting with a new rear wall. Around the boom and associated winch, there's a new bed, side boxes, and tailgate, all of which is raised above the frame on brackets.
Fine black thread is provided to rig the boom, and there's more extensive use of photo etched metal for details. This kit gives markings for 3 SV2Ss, one in England in 1943, one in Egypt in 1944, and one in Normandy in June 1944.
It's good to see these popular trucks in 1/72nd scale to complement 1/35th scale offerings. And it appears that IBG plans to release the tank transporter with the TRMU-30 trailer.
In fact, it arrived here at FSM today. We haven't had a chance to look at it in detail, but it looks like it's had some changes to the rear of the cab, a new chassis and rear suspension for the hitch, and the trailer.
2 marking options are provided. This would look great with a Crusader or a Cromwell on the trailer.
Originally scheduled for this summer, Top Gun Maverick is now due in theaters next year, 35 years after the original Top Gun had us all wanting to fly Tomcats.
In the meantime, kit makers have been looking to get in on the action.
Revell has dressed up Monogram's 1/48 scale F-14 as Maverick's Tomcat from the 1986 film.
It includes new decals. If you're interested in improving it, check out the January 2021 FSM. Darren Roberts will give building tips for Monogram's Tomcat.
Revell has also boxed its FA-18E Super Hornet as Maverick's Ride from the upcoming film.
The new decals are sharp and even include 3 kill marks with the silhouettes of the MiG-28s from the first film.
Talking about Revell's Top Gun kits gives us the perfect opportunity to talk about Tory Factory's new figure of a Top Gun pilot with motorbike.
It's actually available in 1/72nd, 1/48th, and 1/32nd scale and includes the Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon Tom Cruise is showing riding in the trailer for Top Gun Maverick.
Beautifully cast in resin, the kit features the main section of the bike with separate wheels and a clear windshield.
The balance of the Ninja is in a frame that I'm guessing originated as a 3D printed master. There are exhausts, fenders, handlebars, mirrors, and more.
The figure bears a good likeness to Tom Cruise and is designed to sit astride the bike with his helmet on the tank.
Photo etch metal provides the front disc brakes, brake handles, sunglasses, the radiator screen, and drive chain. Look for a review of the Kitty Hawk Su-27 in an upcoming issue of FineScale Modeler magazine.
And you can see more new products in the September issue, on sale now.
Thanks for visiting FineScale.com. I'm Aaron Skinner.
And I'm Elizabeth Nash. Mask up and stay safe. Elbow. Originally scheduled for this What the? I don't know.
Sunday.
I don't know.
Sunday.
I don't know.
Sunday. Ice cream and cherry.
Originally
chocolate
scheduled for
sauce.
this summer. I am being professional here. You're being snacky.
First time ever.
We're back.